what I want to try and understand is what is the current advice? What should we be telling our customers that they can do and do safely? And I suppose it would be interesting to know about, if we continue to feed the birds, and hopefully we will, what can we do in order to mitigate some of the challenges? And I'm thinking, hopefully, that many of the things that we should be doing in order to protect birds and ourselves are things that we should be doing all the time, actually, in terms of cleaning bird feeders, washing our hands regularly, in our own hygiene and so on. So, but over to you. What should we be doing?
Well, first of all, just to endorse what you said, that last point, it's the routine hygiene that Haith has promoted for many, many years, as have other organisations, and which you and I, Simon, have talked about in lectures and dealing with members of the public and so on. I would like to say for your listeners that there are, of course, many websites that do give you the up-to-date information about HPAI, avian flu. All of these are on the Gov UK band of websites, which I'm sure Haith could provide the links to customers easily. I can send them to you, and you can forward to anyone who contacts you who's concerned. The situation is that the first thing I must say is that HPAI, this form of avian influenza, is a notifiable disease. In other words, it has to be reported to the government, to DEFRA, if it's in captive birds, and the emphasis is on captive birds. Therefore, any birds, it doesn't have to be poultry, which are particularly affected and tend to be killed by this virus. Any birds that are in captivity are covered by the regulations that, as I say, are available, and we can send them to people. If a free-living birds, I prefer that word to wild birds. I mean wild birds, but they're free-living birds, birds in the garden, birds out in the forest, birds on moorland, etc. It's not notifiable in those. So even if wild birds do become sick, and it might be HPAI, avian influenza, there is no responsibility on members of the public to report it. Many do because they're concerned about wild birds looking sick or dying, but they don't have to by law.